Hello. Hi, peoples. Oh my goodness. That's loud. That's very loud. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, got a little surprise live going on. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is a surprise. I'm surprised. Why am I getting so much feedback? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm surprised. I know that. Yeah, I'm just hanging out for a bit. Surprises on this timeline are rough. Yeah. Yeah. Promises made, promises kept. That's interesting. You ever notice that like every single like Trump thing is just a catchphrase of some sort? You guys ever notice that? Like it's almost like they can't like think outside of catchphrases. It's kind of funny. Drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill. Promises made, promises kept. Lock her up. Every time I hear one, I'm like, y'all are kind of dumb, huh? Y'all ain't too bright. I'm doing okay today. I've been busy and I've been so busy and haven't gotten anything done. It's really weird. Yeah. I've been super busy all day. But hey, you know, busy's not bad. I just wish I was getting more things accomplished. It's just a whole lot of busy and not a lot of getting everything done, you know? A whole lot of busy and not a whole lot of getting everything done, so. Which can get frustrating after a while. It can get frustrating after a while, but hey, you know. We survive it. We survive it. How are y'all doing today? Y'all ready for the weekend? Y'all ready for the weekend? I'm ready for the weekend. Yeah, I know. The Trump supporters, the ones that are left are not very eager to talk to anyone. And I realized the reason why they're not. It was actually fun. Well, I mean, I've known for a while, honestly. But it's actually kind of funny because I was watching the Rick Scott interview today, which is horrible. But it's funny, like even their senators don't answer questions that they're asked. Like even their senators, when asked simple, like direct questions, won't answer them. And this is why they don't like to talk to anybody from the other side. Like, that's why, like, you know, the left, we're more than happy to talk to people that voted for Trump, to talk to Republicans, to talk to, you know, all sorts of people like that. They don't want to do that. They don't want to talk to anybody outside of their little echo chamber. Because it, like, if you take any of their positions and put them up to the slightest bit of scrutiny, not even like a lot, just like the most minor, like just questions about their points. Like nothing, man. Have I ever had a labor job? I think technically all jobs are labor jobs. If you want to go by like the firm definition. Yeah, Truck, I didn't have the phone lines open yet. You can call now though if you want. If you call now, I'll answer. Yeah, I think technically, by technicality, all jobs are labor jobs. So yeah, so I figured you figured I've had a job before. Well, that's good. That'd be a good guess. Yeah, that'd be a good guess. I have had a job before. Good job. Chuck's batting 1,000. Truck, I just responded to you. Listen, I didn't have the phone line on yet. If you want to call now, you can call. The phone line is now open. Yeah, see how that works?
What's going on, big fella?
I'm assuming
Hey,
your
rude,
truck.
but it's rude to talk like that, man. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I figured. How is it?
Hey, don't be rude like that. You know, we're not afraid to have conversations. I think this is what we want. I think this is what we all want as Americans. We already have Fox and CNN that's already divisive enough. I think that social media provides a space where we can all connect with each other and share our opinions, whether we agree or not. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying anything about connecting with anyone. I'm saying that right-wing points, especially people that support Donald Trump, all of your points fall apart with the smallest bit of scrutiny.
I think then if you're going to do that, you can say that with all politics. But we're not sitting here trying to, I don't think we should sit here and waste our time trying to dissect things to hell and try to say we can't do anything right. How about we try to come to a common ground and actually look at what is going well, like genuinely, what is genuinely going well and what's genuinely going bad, and how we would like to proceed forward versus just saying that everything that a person does is just bad, period.
No,
Just
sir.
because
I think that
person
I think
is
you're
different.
confused here. So my job is not to come to a common ground with anyone, because in order to come to a common ground, then I have to accept things that aren't factual, right? I have to take things that aren't factual, that have no basis in reality, that simply aren't true, and try to justify them in a way in order where I make them true, right? Which I refuse to do. I am not burdened, like I'm not like beholden to any party, to any politician, to anything like that. I'm only beholden to the facts and the truth. That's where we get into a disagreement. Okay, if you want to come with the facts and the truth, and then we can have discussion based off opinions on that facts and truth, then I'm 100% okay with that, right? But generally, and I mean this overwhelmingly for somebody who does this most days a week, when I talk to Trump supporters, it's not based in any type of fact or truth. It's based in opinion, feelings, and things Donald Trump says. And I don't know how I'm supposed to come together with that.
Understandably so, that you have an opinion on what you think common ground is, and I got you. That's not my opinion of common ground. My opinion of it is saying that regardless if you're left or right or in the middle, if someone is a Trump supporter or a Democrat supporter, that the conversation is more important than the overall position of either person, because someone in the audience is undecided or on the fence or uneducated, and they need to hear these different things because they don't hear it genuinely from traditional outlets like Fox News or CNN. No matter what side you're on, you're getting a skewed output. When at least on social media, we can hear all sides of the fence without it having a filter on it. You
See,
know what I'm saying?
I'll give you an example of why, like just in just this conversation, why that doesn't always work. Okay. And just let me give you a quick like example of that. You keep saying Fox News and CNN. Okay.
I bring up those two just because those are the main things that if someone said like name a sports team, someone would say the Chicago Bulls and the fucking New England Patriots or the Dallas Cowboys. Those are just two recognizable figures that you could just say left and right. That's the only reason I bring them up like that.
Except for CNN is owned by a right winger, okay, and their political leanings lean almost dead center, while Fox News is a far right organization, right, that has been sued so many times like it's ridiculous for literally spreading false information. On top of that, CNN is one of like the lower watched freaking networks by anybody, regardless of whether you're on the left and the right. And see, that's what I mean by already spreading like some type of propaganda, because you're saying as if Fox News and CNN are somehow polar opposites on the Overton window, when Fox News is far right and CNN is actually closer to being moderate right than they are to being further left.
I didn't spread propaganda in assigning a role to them. I just said what they were publicly perceived as, and that's why I use those examples, because the common person, the lay person, would just say CNN was left and Fox is right. That's why I use it in the example in those ways. I'm not saying that they are one or the other. I'm only simply saying the public perceives them as left and right.
I think the public's smarter than you give them credit for.
I do too. And why? I mean, I can't say that I don't think they're smarter than I give them credit for. I think that I give the public a lot of credit for being smart. And I know, for example, a lot of people in my life just assume CNN's left and just assume Fox is right. It's just the way it is. It's not to just be like, oh, okay, they're right or whatever. I'm just saying that's just the lay of the land.
Right, but you had the choice between correcting that ideology or propagating it. And you did the latter.
Why I wanted to have these conversations, because I do want to correct those type of things. Just because I'm acknowledging what the reality is today does not mean I don't want to correct it. We didn't even get to that point yet. I'm just acknowledging what most people think.
Okay. Well, now. I don't think most people think that. I don't think most people think that at all. All right. But regardless.
Okay. Then where are you from? Like, why do you say that? Like, where are you from, and what are the type of people you meet on a day-to-day basis?
The type of people I meet? Well, sir, I'm from a completely different spot. I live in this political land, right?
You say what?
I live around the politically highly educated, so I'm in a little bit of a different spot.
What does that mean? How do you live around politically highly educated? What does that mean?
Sir, are you mean live as in where my house is? Because where your house is has very little to do with like how you perceive the world politically.
For example, I am from Chicago. That has a historical, political attachment to that. That's why I ask you, where are you from and what type of people do you meet, so that I can have an idea of the demographics you're around. And that's why we do this type of stuff, right?
Yeah. So I'm from California and I live in one of the reddest parts of Florida that exist.
Okay. Yeah, Florida's a great place. I love Florida. Actually,
Florida just refused to pass a bill to ban you from marrying your cousin. So I don't know if I'd call it a great place.
Then why did you move to Florida?
Sir, are we going into my entire back history? What do you like?
No, I'm just asking. If you think it has some issues, you can also say that it must have some good aspects that made you want to move there, right?
Yeah, the good aspect is my daughter lives here.
That's the only thing?
It's sunny.
Okay, what else?
Sir, is this a commercial for Florida?
No, it's not a commercial. It's more digging into your psyche and your decision making and trying to understand the type of person you are when you say the things that you say. So you said that you moved down there for your
I haven't said anything worth you psychoanalyzing yet.
You said that your daughter's down there. I asked you what's so great about Florida. You said your daughter. And that's a great and noble reason to be there, even if you say you disagree with what's going on, because
that's totally cool, sir.
Florida,
hey, really, I do appreciate that. Like, I really totally do. Can we move on to like an actual political point?
Sure. Tell me one of your political stances.
Yeah, Trump is the worst president that's ever existed in the United States. unequivocally, and it's not close.
Why do you think that he was elected twice if he was so bad?
Every worst
Do you think
president
he's
has
like
been
a
elected.
bad ex-boyfriend that the girl just keeps picking?
Yeah.
You think it's something like that?
Every worst leader of every country that has a democracy was elected. So being elected is just
why do you think we unelected him and then elected him back?
Because you ran a man against him and then ran a woman against him again?
So you ran a man against him and ran a woman against him. So you think he only won because he ran against women?
Yes.
Why?
Because there's only been 2 women that have ever ran on major party tickets in the United States. And those are the only 2 people that Donald Trump has ever beaten in a presidential election.
But those were his only opponents, though, by statistics.
No,
Those
Biden was his opponent, and he lost to Biden. He also had opponents when he ran in 2000 and couldn't even get a major party candidacy.
Then how do you feel about Kamala not getting that, and then also having her put in as a electoral choice?
She was not every electoral candidate is a choice.
I'm just saying, having her installed as a presidential choice.
She was not installed.
How do you feel, even though she didn't get any support when she ran?
Donald Trump again ran in 2000 and got
a question.
And I'm trying to respond to that question.
When I ask you a question, you respond with, well, Donald Trump. I ask you a question, then you say, well, Donald Trump. I ask you another question, then you say, well, Donald Trump. Like, why? Like, did you?
Because I'm showing the dichotomy in your argument. Did you know Donald Trump ran in 2000? Hey, did you know that? Hey, sir, question. Do you know that Donald Trump ran in 2000? Did you know that?
No, I was too young for that. I didn't.
So was I. I still have books. Did you know that?
Well, because I don't go on. You should know that because you're on YouTube.
It's just a yes or no, sir. If you just know it, you say yes. If you didn't know it, say no.
No, I was too young.
All right, then I don't need all the extra. Just say no, and we can move on.
Too young.
Okay, cool.
I said no.
I was too young for World War II, but I know it existed. Okay, and when Donald Trump ran
about that. Okay, but they taught World War II in school. They didn't teach me who ran for the election in 2000 when I was in school. So come on, man. Be real. Stop.
I don't know what they taught in your school.
Come on, man. I get it. You're trying to get money for your daughter, but be real.
Yeah, I'm trying to get money for my daughter, sir. I haven't made $1 on here, and trust me, I would make a lot more money. Well, shut the fuck up. I'm in the middle of a sentence.
You're not doing it for free. I know you ain't doing it for free.
Shut up.
So you must be.
All right, I'll just mute you. Sir, I can make a lot more money doing this by talking to somebody that will allow me to actually have a conversation with them instead of fucking crying and whining every time I would mention the word Donald Trump. Okay? Trust me, my live would do so much better. Okay? But I'm still trying to talk to you. But I am going to need you to be quiet while I respond. Okay? Cool. Oh, don't choke. Anyways.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So when Donald Trump ran in 2000, he got no support. He got zero support from either the Republican or the Democratic Party. But yet you don't hold that against him when he ran in 2016, when he ran in 2020, or when he ran in 2024. You don't hold the fact that he ran an election and got no support against him. But when Kamala Harris runs an election, right, and gets no support, then all of a sudden I'm supposed to care about that. As if that means something to me, sir. People run all the time and get no support and then come back and get support later. All right. That was the answer to your question about Kamala Harris. But
can I answer that point?
Nope, because I'm still responding to your last point because you made multiple points. Because you also made a point about her being installed, which she was not installed. Okay, she followed the rules of the private organization of the Democratic Party, which required an open convention in which anybody could have ran against her, right? And they chose not to. The reason for that was money, all right? Because that's the rules of the private organizations that run the 2 major political parties in our country. The exact same rules exist in the Republican Party also. So if somebody was to drop out after the general primary election, or for some reason a presidential candidate becomes incapacitated, then they also have the same open convention All right. And then the exact same thing would happen. Okay. So no one was installed. It was a matter of time and money. And due to that, she was the only person that really was eligible. Now you may respond.
Okay. When I when I mentioned to you about Kamala Harris getting no support, and then you're saying, why don't I hold that against Trump? How can I hold something against him that I literally just told you out of my mouth that I didn't even know about because I was too young? I think in 2000, I was probably like 10 years old.
So now you're going to tell me that he's unqualified because now you know, right?
Can I speak, or are you going to interrupt me?
Well, I'm just saying, you said you didn't know that happened to Donald Trump.
But can I address your points first? Like, you made me wait.
Well, I was just wondering if now that you know your information, you're going to change your stance. I'm just curious. All right, yeah, go ahead and fill in with your points. Just know that the next thing that's coming out of my mouth is asking you that question.
I got you. I understand that. I got you.
Cool.
I got you. I just want to address the points first. All right. So when Trump ran in 2000, why I do not hold that against him that he did not get no support, because I didn't even know that. I just found that out today. So how could I hold him? How could I hold something against him that I did not know? And that's my answer to that first point. The second point, installment. When Biden upcoming to the election, there were a lot of people, including CNN, which most people consider left-leaning. I don't care if you want to argue semantics, but that's what most people that I know consider left-leaning. They were criticizing his mental cognitive ability. They were criticizing that. And when it came down to him in the debate, they used that as a excuse of he's an incumbent president. He has the right to run without being opposed. They used that as an excuse to not have anyone run against him. Now, fast forward, the same reasons people were calling him out. Hey, you're looking kind of old. You're looking kind of slow. You're talking kind of silly. Whop the bam. Then he used that same excuse to drop out the race when people were saying that a year beforehand. So it feels as if you're just playing in our face. Like, hey, we tried to say, let's get you up out of here and put somebody in that can run and really win against Trump and have a successful election. Me personally, I voted for Trump the first time. I voted for Biden after that. And then I voted for Trump again because I thought the Biden shit was so bogus.
All the men.
The installment was so bogus, I would never do it. That's why.
All the men.
So that was a major deciding factor for me. I felt like they were just trying to pull the wool over my eyes. That's a major deciding factor.
Yeah. Just saying, you just ensured that you voted for the men all three elections. But regardless of any of that, okay, I do find it hilarious. I do find it hilarious that when I brought up a point about Trump, when it came to, Kamala Harris's electability, you lost your mind, right? Complete crash out on the live, right? But when we're in the middle of talking about the Democratic Party's rules and how that open convention works and how Kamala Harris wasn't installed, okay, you didn't bring up anything that had to do with any of that. All you did was yell, "But Biden," okay? Biden at the debate, Biden cognitive, Biden. It is just funny that you didn't mention anything with Kamala Harris and her ability. Because let's be very fucking clear, okay? That even if Kamala Harris was installed, which she wasn't, right? Even if she was installed, she was still 1,000 times better of a candidate than Donald Trump. Okay. Like not even in the ballpark. Right. And Biden doesn't have shit to do with it. Okay. She was still way better and you still didn't choose her. And it's funny because when we first brought this thing up, all right, I said that the only reason that Trump won is because he was going against women. Right. Because he was against women. Right. Like, every time he voted, it was against a man, he lost. Every time he was against a woman, he won. And then your response to that is, oh, I made sure to vote for Trump in 2016, but the second that he was running against a man, I chose the other man. But the second that he was running back against a woman, I decided not to vote for him. But I am going to go back to my original point that you didn't want me to cut you off to say, is that now that you know that Donald Trump ran in 2000 and didn't get the support, right? Now I'm waiting for you to tell me that now you can't support Donald Trump anymore because he ran previously, right? And didn't get any support. So now that you know that information, right? Now you have all the information you need to say, I no longer support Trump because of it. Go ahead.
Okay, now that I'm informed of that information, I do not agree with you because when he ran again,
Oh.
he actually did a primary. Can you let me talk? I'll just let you just talk, dude.
Oh.
He ran another primary.
Oh.
He was not just hand selected and just said, oh, well, we're pulling out.
I'm not doing this shit again, sir. I just explained to you why she wasn't hand selected in detail. I just explained. No, listen to me. I'll let you talk, but I'm not going to rehash things over and over. Okay. I just explained to you in detail how she was not hand selected. In detail. Do you want me to give you more detail? Is that what it is?
Can you listen to me, please?
I have been listening to you, sir. But when I explain something to you in detail and then you come right back over the top and say the same ignorant shit again, then I'm not going to sit here and listen to it twice. I listened to you explain for probably 5 whole minutes how Kamala Harris was hand selected. And then I explained to you about how the convention works, how the rules of the Democratic Party works, why she was in the convention. No, you just said Kamala Harris was not hand selected. Those were the words that just came out of your mouth.
Can you listen to me, please? I'm asking you, please.
I'm asking you to not repeat stuff to where we go in circles.
Okay, I will say something different. Man to man, can you listen to me? I don't hear anything. Yes,
you told me to stop talking and listen. I'm listening.
I asked you a question. I didn't say stop talking and listen. I asked you a question. Man to man, are you going to listen to me?
I'm listening.
Okay, got you.
Jeez, I didn't know we had to do a blood oath to get to the conversation.
I won't even say Kamala's name. I won't even say Kamala. I'm going to say Trump. Trump did, like you said, in 2000, if that is true, he did not get any support. I'm going to take your word for it. But when he did run again, he did run a primary. He did run a primary. He did get selected through the Republican process. He got elected through going and running. Even though he did not do well in 2000, as you say, he did run again, and he still did get those points to run for president eventually. Yes, he probably started from the bottom, where he was getting no support, and then he eventually got support.
And so did Kamala Harris.
There's a difference in those two scenarios.
Yeah, the difference is your lack of understanding of how the freaking primary works.
No, sir. It's not about that. It's about saying that the Democratic process on the Democrat end, they do have a little process for those type of situations. But that process is not the people's process. And that's not the process that people want. No one wants it to feel like even if it's the process they went through, and that's just the protocol for the Democrats, it does still not make it feel right for people.
It only doesn't feel right is because the Republican Party told you not to feel right about it. See, none of you guys ever took the singular time. Sir, are you? Let me ask you a question.
I don't feel right about it as a person.
Are you a registered Democrat?
Nobody else to tell me how to feel.
Are you a registered Democrat?
As a person, as an individual, as a regular man in the United States of America,
Mr. Regular Man.
My whole life,
Mr. Regular Man.
A matter of I need to be convinced of something.
Perfect.
I'm telling you, it just did not sit right with me as an educated person.
So as a regular man,
that went to college like you, that had history classes like you, that went to fucking social studies just like you, because you live in America. We all went through the same curriculum.
We do not.
I just did not feel right with that.
Literally every different state in the United States has a different curriculum.
Nobody to tell me.
Every singular state in the United States has a different curriculum. And I've never even been to Chicago. But regardless of any of that, regular man. Hey, Mr. Regular Man, are you a registered Democrat?
No, I'm an independent.
So let me get this straight. Okay, you're not a registered Democrat, which means you could not vote in a Democratic primary, which means that you did not have any dog in the fight nor choice who the Democratic Party put in as their nominee. Zero. You had no choice in the matter whatsoever. Whether it was Biden, whether it was Kamala Harris, whether it was my dog Skip, you had no say in who was the Democratic nominee. But you're complaining that the people in the party that make that decision made the decision based off of their rules, okay, which is the Democratic rules, which is actually freaking the most democratic way that you can do things at that point. You're mad that somebody else's private organization, their private club, has rules that you don't like, even though you're not part of it, and you're not willing to vote for a better candidate because of it. Did I get on that straight?
You pretty much got it straight.
Oh, okay. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
And that's and respectfully, I keep telling you, we should talk man to man. Don't say shit like that. I'm not talking.
I am talking man to man, sir. Man to man.
I'm not talking to you crazy. No,
man to man.
No, bro.
No. Man to man. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Man to man.
I said that process is that process, but I don't agree with it. I'm not gonna say that's the stupidest fucking process I ever heard in my fucking life. Bro, we're more educated than that. We're smarter than that. We can talk to each other.
I don't know who the heck we is. You got a frog in your pocket?
We can talk to each other better than that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And we can also choose to be more educated than what you're being. But we chose not to be. Okay.
That's the dumbest shit we chose.
Yeah, because it's the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard. Okay. It's dumb.
Okay, well, you know what sounds.
I'm sorry. No.
Telling me that you moved from California to Florida just because you got a fucking kid out there. That's what sounds dumb to me.
Why, you'd rather be like your dad and just not be around?
No,
you'd rather my kid just be like that?
My whole life, nigga.
Oh, so your dad was there for your whole life, but I shouldn't be there for my kid her whole life.
My whole.
That's what you're saying.
Life.
That's what you're saying.
Telling me why don't you move her to where you at?
See, this is what losers like this do that don't have fucking brain cells or good parenting. Okay. They want to start talking about people's children. Okay. They want to start talking about people's children because they're too dumb to have an actual intellectual conversation with them. Okay. And that's okay. That's okay. Maybe if his dad actually played catch with him a few more times, then we wouldn't be in this fucking situation. Sir, let me be very, very clear. Man to man. Okay. Your lack of intelligence is not my problem. Okay. Your inability to want to learn how a democratic process works, how an electorate works, how every single electorate from every single state voted for Kamala Harris, the same way that those same electorates in the Republican Party all voted for Donald Trump, right? Your inability to understand that because you chose not to educate yourself on it is not my problem. Okay, that's your problem. It's not my job to lower myself to your standard, okay, which is trash. Okay, so man to man, all right, how about you get a little bit more educated on the system that you live in and stop fucking complaining about shit that you don't have a fucking clue on.
Am I allowed to speak now? Hello. Silence is consent. I don't take no offense to what you're saying. You're just making a bunch of assumptions about people for no reason, and I just don't get it. And we all know a lot about voting. I just don't understand what you're saying, where you're coming from, and like where you come to these conclusions from.
Well, sir, just the fact that you said silence equals consent tells me exactly why you voted for Donald Trump.
Well, that's what they say when you.
Who says that? Donald Trump and his friends on Epstein Island?
If you got any questions, you ever been in a class where they say, all right, anybody got any questions? All right, don't say nothing now, forever hold your peace. You ain't been in no class like that or something like that?
Yeah, that's not silence is consent,
that's what I mean
sir.
By silence is consent.
Well, then you don't know what either of those words mean.
when you ask a question and someone does not respond, the common phrase is, "Oh, silence is consent." Where I'm from, at least. And there's also another common phrase that when someone says, "God is good," how do you respond? All the time. It's just one of those
silence is not silence is consent is not a saying in any fucking city. Hey, I know I got some Chicago people in the fucking house. Hey, for all my Chicago people, seriously, is silence is consent a saying where you're from? Because I'm sure of all the people I've have in here, there's probably a ton of people from, oh, I'm hearing no, 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 absolutely fucking not. Chicago here, fuck no. Hell no, no, no. I've never heard that. Chi-Town native, it is not. Hell not, it is not. I'm done with him. Chicago, definitely not. And a good one that just said only on Epstein's Island.
I know you're being very hyperbolic, man. I get it. I know you're trying to run it up, man.
Sir, it's literally me reading the chat. You can read the chat for yourself.
Well, it doesn't matter.
It's right there. That's not hyperbole, sir. That is what people from Chicago are saying, and they're saying that you're a liar.
They never heard that saying. You know how big Chicago is? Do you know how many people are in Chicago? Do you know how many neighborhoods are? We're not from bumfuck California. We're from Chicago, Illinois.
Bumfuck, the richest state in the United States. Yeah, California. That doesn't even make any fucking sense, sir. Different. Sir, I don't care what fucking neighborhood. So pretty much what this guy's saying is a silent is consent is a saying that him and his friends tell each other before they spike some girl's drink. For the one bar him and his friends hang out at, this is a very common saying. All right. See, I don't know exactly what bar in Chicago he hangs out with. I know if you're in this live, you should not go to that bar. And if you end up there accidentally, you should keep your hand over your drink. Okay? Because once you're drugged and like on the ground, your silence is going to be consent for him.
So you're going to just sit there on your broadcast and say that I'm drugging people?
Sir, if you believe silence is consent, that's what it sounds like.
Even though I just gave you a clear explanation of what I meant, you're going to sit there on your broadcast and say that I'm out here drugging girls at the club.
Sounds like it to me, sir. I just see it how I call it how I see it. Man to man.
Although I just gave you a clear explanation that this is something that we say, we were in wrestling classes, even in karate and stuff. When you don't put in
wrestling classes,
and they'll say
that's such a
you didn't wrestle growing up.
Thing to fucking say, bro.
You didn't participate in
that's
sports?
Such a wild thing to fucking say, bro. Dude, silence. No one anywhere ever has ever used the term in a fucking common way. Silence is consent. That is bullshit. Okay?
So I just made it up. I made that up. You just telling me I made it up, and I'm just out here drugging bitches.
I don't know what you're doing in your time, sir. I wouldn't hang out with you to find out, though.
You told your viewers. You just told.
Sir, I'm done listening to all this shit. Really, I'm like over it now. Do you have any other actual political point to make outside of silence is consent?
Sir, respectfully, I have a lot of things to say to you.
Then can you get on with it?
There's a lot of conversation to be had. There's a lot of conversation to be had.
Then get on with it.
There's a lot of conversation to be had. You should use your space as a place to promote.
All right, y'all. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Oh my god, silence is consent is a wild thing to say on someone's live. Just absolutely wild. Thank you, all my Chicago folks, for making sure that wasn't something I was missing. Okay, that wasn't something I was missing. If you guys like to support the live, I do have my little live gift goal. I got the little Dinies over there. If you'd like to support over there, I appreciate it. I also have super chat, super stickers. Tatted, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Oh, I actually meant to bring this too, Tatted. I actually meant to show it to you. Sorry, the exclusive New Demons album. It's gonna go up on the wall behind me someplace. Yeah, I can handle the weird stuff, but the tone policing just gets really old really fast. The tone policing gets really old really fast. Like just the over and over and over and over. I don't want to remove the little strip. It says it's an exclusive. There's only 500 of those made. It's cool. And Graham, thank you so much for the $5. I also really appreciate that. Thank you so much. For the aspirin you'll need after this idiot over there on the Cash App, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's very, very sweet. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Tatted and for Graham for the $5 a piece. And Truth, thank you so much for the $5. This is a proud Californian. I say the caller, go bum fudge yourself. Calling California, like truthfully, like no joke, calling California the bumfuck is like a wild thing to fucking say, bro. Like just truthfully, it's wild. Ooh, let's put that there. It's a wild thing to say. Like literally one of the most popular, like is it one of the most populated states, if not the most populated state? Just crazy. I'm breaking stuff. All right, if you still support Trump, you can call in on the number that's above my head. Like I said, I can handle most stuff. Just the constant tone policing just gets so old. Just the constant just oh, you have to talk this way, you have to talk that way, you have to do this, you have to. It's just so old, dude. It's so old. And Lady, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Also, I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Big W's did chat for Truth and for Lady. Let's see if we can clear off these little Dinies over here too. Let's see if we can clear off these little Dinies. I want to get at least one more little live gift goal in here, even if it's not a big one. Even if it's not a big one. Thank you so much, Lady. Hello, how are you?
No, I'm back with it. You say I'm tone policing?
No, I'm saying you're not in my live anymore. See how that works? See? I told you he wasn't good at consent. All right. I told him to go away. And then now he's back. The consent thing is really, really rough for him. The consent thing is really rough. See, I hung up the phone. He took my silence as consent. That's what was weird. Terry Brown-Eyed, Mishi, thank you so much for the Dinies over there too. I appreciate that. Or Mishi. Michelle, also thank you so much. We only got 6 more of those. Yeah, not him just proving the point, right? Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. What's up, retard?
Oh, that's not a very nice way to talk to somebody.
Yeah, we all know you're a retard. So at the end of the day, that's the way I'm going to treat you.
All right, sir. Well, besides your parents not loving you, what's on your mind today?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, shit. I feel like...
I'm just kidding. Get off my life. All right, we're going to keep this thing going. Yeah, he didn't deny it either. That was the funny part. I was like, your parents don't love you. And he's like, yeah, well, you know, sometimes parents just be not loving people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes parents are just not, they just don't love you. You know, it's not that crazy. It happens. I do love how they're like, oh, we're gonna, you know, we're just gonna keep this conversation. No, I don't think so, bud. Nah, bud. I can't even see. Oh shoot, it's over here. I forgot to even add my backup account. Yeah, the incels are incelling. The incels are incelling. It's all they know how to do. It's all they got. coming here to find love again?
I mean, shoot, you hung up on me before I got to say what I wanted to say. I mean,
Well,
I
you
think
came
it's
up
pretty
here yelling
clear fact that you
insults,
support
sir.
freaking kids getting their gender.
You came up here yelling insults. If you want to have a conversation with me, you have to act like you're an adult, okay? You have to act like you're an adult. All right? Even if you don't have the mental capacity for it, you do have to at least try to pretend for a little bit, okay? You at least do have to try to pretend for just a little bit, okay? Tyrone, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate that also. Says for being the soldier of truth. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. All right, we're still looking for a few more Trumpers. See if we can get them in here. Well, hopefully I have time. Call quickly, because if not, I might have to go pick up my dog. Oh, I have to pick her up anyway. Well, I have to pick her up in like 40 minutes. I think. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, so I didn't get to finish my comment. What I was going to say.
Again, consent. Hello, how are you?
Hey, Polly, I just wanted to say, have a good day. I had a really good day today, just telling you that.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you. You have a wonderful day too, all right?
You too, Polly. Bye.
Bye-bye. You guys are just not very good at consent. You know, he hung up the phone, called me from a different number just to try to talk to me. I think he's trying to hit on me. Hello? Hello?
I got my dick stuck in a shampoo.
Probably the only thing that would let you stick it in there. Anyways, or probably the fact that, yeah, it's probably one of those like really tiny mouth ones. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you could even get it in there, I feel kind of bad for you. You know? But, I mean, that's MAGA for you, you know? Jim, thank you so much for the $5 over on Cash App. I appreciate that. It said, for MAGA, we'll see Trump. Can't say that. Yeah, but I get you, Jim. 100% get you. Yeah, it's just like, how are you? Like, yeah, I don't know if that's not something you should be proud of, right? You shouldn't be like, yeah, it fits in a travel size bottle of freaking Suave or whatever. Like, that's not something I would just be like trying to broadcast, you know? But each their own. Someone said it's the first time it's ever been touched by soap. That's wild. That's wild. The first time it's ever been touched by soap. Get that from Munda. All right. Well, if there's any Trump supporters out there, you can either join the guest request box over on TikTok. I actually got that open now, or you can call it in the number. If you're over on YouTube or any of that stuff, I don't know who's all over here right now because we're kind of slow, but I'm off schedule. I'm off in the middle of the day. I'm never on in the middle of the day, so I assume that's why a lot of people aren't showing up right now. And I forgive you. That's fine. Guys, if you guys keep calling from these little unknown numbers, I'm not going to answer because you guys keep trying to troll. So I need to be able to know if I can block you or not. So if you do it, I'm not going to call. I'm not going to answer the phone. Just to let you know. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Polly. Just love what you do, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate you.
Love your show.
Yeah, you have a
Love
good
your
one.
show, man.
Appreciate you, dude.
All right.
Bye-bye. I feel sorry for the bottle. Why? It's not stressed out. The bottle's doing just fine. Mishy, thank you so much. I appreciate the money gun. Thank you so much. Big W's in chat for Mishy. They keep calling from unknown numbers. I'm not going to answer them because those are all the trolls are. Bro, thank you so much for the girl power also. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Assaulting a shampoo bottle is a new low. Yeah, for real. Electric, thank you so much for the money gun. I appreciate that. Hello, how are you? Hello?
Hello. I was calling into your show.
Hi, how old are you?
63.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah, I do, actually.
All right. Why is that?
No president is perfect, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he's made mistakes like other presidents have made mistakes. And I still support him. I think I don't think he's, doing a terrible job. I mean, maybe he's doing the best under the circumstances that he's got. That's all I wanted to say.
So, sir, first of all, just because you're right, nobody is perfect. There's a big difference between somebody who's not perfect and somebody who's been adjudicated of sexual assault and is a felon. All right. Those are two very different things. Like, I probably stole a candy bar when I was a kid. All right. But that's a lot different from what Trump is doing. So making that comparison doesn't really play too well with me. And you want to talk about him doing the best with what he has. Okay. Well, sir, he was given, right? What, a 3.5% unemployment rate? He turned that into a 4.4, right? He was given record job numbers over the last 2 years, and he turned that into record job loss, right? He was given the United States troops at zero wars, and now we're at war. So no, he isn't doing the best with what he got. Or the flip side of that, maybe this is the best, which means he's incompetent.
Well, yeah, you could say that. I'm not going to argue with you. Just trying to be respectful to you,
You're being respectful, sir. I'm just saying, like, it's only one of two things, sir. It's either A, he's not doing the best with what he's got, or B, he doesn't have the ability to do better than this, which I don't know which one is worse, to be honest with you.
Well, to be honest, I'm a veteran and I served my country okay, and I think every president should be given some sort of respect, even if they made mistakes, that's all I'm saying.
Mistakes is fine, sir. Even our best presidents that we've ever had have made mistakes. I'm just differentiating between it's almost like you're downplaying it, like to say like, oh, it's just a mistake. Sir, he's currently suing the United States taxpayers for money, and he decides whether they get paid or not. He is literally intentionally stealing money from Americans' pockets. That's not a mistake, sir. You don't mistakenly do that. You don't mistakenly sign fraudulent checks. You don't mistakenly try to rig an election. You don't mistakenly sexually assault someone, right? You don't mistakenly end up in the Epstein files 100,000 times. Those aren't mistakes. You know what I'm saying, sir? Those are intentional acts, right? By somebody who is not a good person.
Okay. That's all I wanted to say, sir, and you have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a wonderful day, too, and thank you for your service, all right?
Okay, all right, bye.
Bye. Shane, lady, thank you so much for the money guns. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Big W's in the chat for that. Yeah, I have no problem. He's respectful. It's just, these aren't mistakes at this point, right? These aren't mistakes. These are intentional. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. How old are you?
26.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah.
Awesome. Why is that?
Keep it short. My eggs are cheaper, beef is cheaper, and just groceries cheaper. And then with the taxes coming soon, that's been better.
Copy. I don't know where you're living, but groceries and beef are not cheaper anywhere in the United States. And eggs are, but that's just because the avian flu was over. That's not really anything Donald Trump had to do with.
Yeah, you can fact check me. In North Carolina, I'm in the state of North Carolina, so beef is cheaper there for sure in Food Lion. And then, if anything, you're giving Trump more credit than I was. You're basically saying he cured bird flu, whatever you just said.
No, sir. I said he couldn't have cured avian flu. So it's not him that did it. I'm just saying that egg prices were going to go down because that was going to go away. I didn't say Donald Trump cured it. It was on its decline before Biden left office.
Yeah, I'm just saying eggs are cheap under him no matter what. Even if it's flu or not flu, for me, under Trump, it's cheaper, right?
Yeah, gotcha. Are you familiar with causation versus correlation?
No.
Okay. Did you know that that every time shark bites go up in the United States, so do ice cream sales?
Okay.
Hmm?
Yeah, no. Yeah, okay. I'm listening.
Yeah, every time shark bites go up in the United States, so do ice cream sales. So we can, take from that statement that sharks like to bite people that eat more ice cream, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, not really. If anything, this is why we need the SAVE Act. I'm not even going to lie. I'm so confused.
Yeah. So, I don't think there's any saving you from this, sir. So what I'm saying is these are two things that are happening at the same time, right? So because of that, what you're saying is that we can infer that one is causing the other, correct?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's that. I would say that Trump said on his union.
So we're not talking about Trump, and we're talking about sharks and ice cream right now.
We're not talking about Trump?
No, we're talking about sharks and ice cream.
Okay, sure. Let's talk about ice cream and sharks.
All right, sir. So you can understand how those two relate to each other, right?
No, I really don't, to be honest.
Okay, how about let me give you a better one, okay? Let me give you a better one, okay? People, right, that drink a lot of coffee have that show that people that drink a lot of coffee, that drink an excess amount of coffee, right, also tend to be higher chances of developing lung cancer.
Right.
Did you know that? Why is that, you think?
Probably caffeine.
You think caffeine causes lung cancer?
It's maybe the ones in America for sure. I feel like it's lots of fake stuff in it. It's not pure coffee.
I thought you were in America.
Salvador or Colombia. You said what?
I thought you were in America.
I am in America, but
then why'd you say
American
maybe
coffee.
in America as if that was someplace that you were outside of?
Because I import Salvadorian coffee. That's actual coffee. But if we're talking about Folgers, which is American coffee, it's not really real coffee.
Yeah. You know, I can tell when somebody's calling from a number that's outside the United States, right?
Yeah, I'm not using my real number.
Gotcha. Yeah. Anywho, sir, it's what's called a causation versus correlation fallacy. Maybe you can understand something, okay? But regardless of any of that, sir, shark ice cream sales don't create shark bites, okay? Those are just two things that both happen to happen during the summer, right? The reason why people that drink excess amounts of coffee, all right, happen to also develop lung cancer at a higher rate is because smokers tend to drink more coffee, right? The lung cancer is not being caused by the coffee. It's being caused because people that smoke drink more coffee, all right? So that's where you have a causation versus correlation fallacy. What you're saying is that Donald Trump, okay, got into office and the avian flu ended, right? Those are two separate things that happened at the same time. And it does not mean that one affects the other one, okay? They can just be two things because sometimes in life, in the world, two things just happen to happen at the same time. And you trying to give Donald Trump credit for something that he obviously had no effect on, all right, is what's called a causation versus correlation fallacy.
No, I understand your point now, but I'm just saying results matter, right? Like results speak for itself. So when Trump is campaigning on making groceries cheaper, and like before you cut me off, when he said in the State of Union, be patient, beef is gonna be cheaper. What are the results? Beef is cheaper, eggs are cheaper, milk and sandwich bread. You can fact check me on this.
Yeah, I can fact check you easily, sir. Beef is literally up like 20-30%. It's not even close. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about with beef prices being lower. Beef prices are literally up like 20-30%.
Maybe in your state. What state are you in?
I'm in Florida, sir. This is not a state by state thing. It's beef in the United States is up 20 to 30%.
Yeah, well, Another point to that was why it might be cheaper as well are these tariffs. When I visit a grocery store, I see
He just ignored
American
it.
flag. Huh?
You just gonna,
It's insane.
No, I was just saying that with these tariffs and that we put, now when I visit a grocery store,
it was
I
even
see the American
hard for you
flag
to
on-
say we. That's the
product.
funny part. It was like literally hard for you to say we. Like it
English
didn't
is not my
even
first
come
language, my
natural.
bad.
That's what's actually funny. He had a hard time like saying like we, not you, we.
Yeah, English isn't my first language, my bad.
English isn't your first language, and you're calling from Canada, and you live in North Carolina.
I have an app that gives me a Canadian number, and I speak Spanish as my first language.
Oh,
Not
okay.
that hard. Just like how when I call you, it says Denver. You just said you're in Florida, right?
Do.
So
And go ahead and thank
Yeah.
Ari for this nice little thing showing beef in North Carolina and how it's up significantly. Yeah.
is this updated? Because I went to Food Lion today.
This is literally March
sorry.
17th, 2026. It does not get better and more up-to-date data. Yeah.
And what's the source for this? I can't really.
The USDA.
Well, I mean, I have a low standard for them, and also this is for Shernsburg, North Carolina. I'm talking about Charlotte, Mint Hill, North Carolina.
Gotcha. So what you're telling me is that beef is up like 30%. Then an hour away, it's actually down.
Yes, as of right now.
Sir, this
beef
is the data
cheaper
for
in
all of
Charlotte.
North Carolina. Just because it comes from the frickin' this livestock market doesn't mean it's just for this town.
Yeah, that is not for all of North Carolina. It doesn't say that at all anywhere.
Sir, you know there's more to the article or to the study than just what's on the screen, right?
Well, let's be consistent. Show the educators where it says that's for all of North Carolina. I usually let things go, but I feel like you have a responsibility.
North Carolina Department of Agriculture Market News. It literally says it on the top. It's literally in the screen where it's talking about North Carolina. It literally says it on the top of the page. Do I need to break it down to the Food Lion that you go to in order for it to be like okay with you?
No, I mean, those are a lot of numbers that lots of people don't even know or understand. So I can't believe maybe viewers.
Head, weight range, average weight, price range, average price. Most people can't understand that.
Yeah, but for example, when you say that, maybe your viewers eat it up. But what if you're showing numbers for AAA meat or a high cut meat? Or
Sir,
for example,
I'm
when all
not
these
showing
people
for
are bitching
triple A meat or
right?
high cut meat. I'm showing the average for all meat, all beef.
There's different types of beef, right? Like,
Gotcha. So your argument is that Food Lion grade 3 fucking ground beef at your store in Charlotte is cheaper. Thank you so much, Donald Trump. I appreciate it. For every other person in the United States that shops for beef, it's more expensive.
yeah,
Okay.
but it isn't just my state. If you look online, there's many cities and states reporting it to help other Americans out, right? Like, hey, come to this grocery store. Beef is cheaper here. And like Trump said, it takes time. And with patience, that's what we're seeing. I think it's sad that we are manifesting the economy to be bad. Like, no, it's got to be bad. Trump is bad. It's like the results are speaking for itself, and that goes a long way.
You're right, sir.
And
The results are speaking for themselves. And the results are is that beef is up 20 to 30% across the United States. You're right. It's speaking for itself. Congratulations. I like how we got there, that the results are speaking for themselves.
The numbers have to be updated. This is like saying when the DOD spent all of that on, what was it, crab legs, steak. Like, all these people are bitching, but it's like those are expensive cuts of meats, and our boys are eating good since September. So it doesn't make sense that people don't understand the.
They bought a baby grand piano.
Yeah, what brand was that piano?
Oh, that matters.
Yes, there's lots of history in the brand, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a high quality piano.
That's actually why they were feeding the troops lobster and crab legs. I don't know if you saw that. They were feeding the troops lobster and crab legs because that's actually cheaper than beef right now.
Or for some reason, we got brainwashed to think that that's better for us. So these Americans, these troops, shout out to our boys, they're eating good in their heads. But like you said, beef is better. But in their heads, yeah, give me this crab legs, lobster, and prime ribeye steak. But our boys are eating good since September.
They're not our boys, sir. You don't go here.
We bought ice cream machines.
They're not our boys, sir. You don't go here.
Right.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Somebody, hold on. This is actually a funny ass super chat. Symbol said Food Lion literally got shut down. Food Lion literally got shut down at my location in Texas for changing the dates on their meat. Not a flex if their meat is cheaper there.
You know what's funny? There's no Food Lion in Texas. You can fact check me.
Probably not anymore. Probably not anymore. Probably not anymore. That's fucking great, dude. That's fucking great.
I mean, hear me out. You're being irresponsible on your platform. There's no Food Lion in the Midwest or West. Like, it's all East Coast.
Shh. Oh my goodness. John said, I think this caller is Food Lion.
Yeah, I don't really get it.
Are they Food Lion?
Is bad, but then you're grifting on your platform.
Godzilla said paying this caller's tuition for class with Professor Polly. I'm trying to. I don't know. I've only been to Texas like once. I have no idea what grocery stores are there. I also couldn't care less. Yeah.
Is the economy good according to you?
Who the hell am I? Why does it matter whether it's according to me?
No, just simple. Is the economy good right now? Yes or no?
No. Thank you,
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
You discourage gifting? I would. I wouldn't grift on here.
Sir, you wouldn't have the ability to if you wanted to.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're not very smart.
I feel like I said so much points where MAGA can just donate. But how can you say the economy is bad, but then you're here accepting donations? Like, shouldn't you say to these people, "Hey, watch me for free"?
Because Trump is so good. Sir, everybody is more than happy to watch me for free.
Yeah, but shouldn't you discourage gifting? The economy is bad.
No, sir. Even in bad economies, people have the ability to do with their money what they want. People are allowed to have entertainment. It's not when you have a bad economy that all of a sudden it's like people don't want entertainment. No, I'm talking now. That people don't want entertainment. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I go tonight, right, to like drive by a strip club, I'm pretty sure I'll see still patrons outside, patrons inside, even with, you know, the bad economy. All right. People have entertainment. People enjoy entertainment, and people want to, you know, support that type of entertainment. Right. And so if they want to do that, that's totally fine, sir. If you don't want a gift, though, I highly encourage that without gifting, that you just hang out and listen, because you might actually learn something.
So when you
my education for you is free. Truly black and proud. Thank you so much for the joy floats. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Are you calling yourself a stripper then? Because you compared yourself to a strip club.
I'm literally a stripper. Yeah. Like literally. Literally, I have found that is literally the best comparison to what I do on here. Okay, that is literally I get up on stage. Okay, I hang out. I look good. Okay, and then I entertain the people, and they throw dollars at me every once in a while. It's like going to a strip club. Except for you could come out more educated than you were when you came in. Okay. Yeah, strippers are working hard like me. Okay. We're both working hard. All right. We both have to deal with very unruly customers. All right. Mostly men. Mostly really creepy men. Actually, now that I think about it. Actually, the main part of the worst part of, actually, now that I think about it, holy shit. Just like stripping, the worst part of this job is having to talk to the creepy men. It really puts a lot in perspective of what I do here. All right. Actually puts into perspective what I do here a lot, right? And just like with this guy, I think that the only reason he's here is because he's lonely. To be completely honest with you. I feel like he's here because he's lonely.
Are you married, yes or no?
No.
So I'm going to go home and watch Vanderpump Valley with my wife tonight. I think
I'm also going to watch a movie with your wife tonight.
Hear me out. Sure, you can have that fetish all you want. I don't know what you're into. But when you start saying to me, I'm lonely, that comes from somewhere. So like I predicted, right? I predicted you're lonely. You don't have a wife. How old are you?
Sir, are you trying to be my next wife?
No, hear me out. How old are you?
No. Are you trying to be my wife, sir?
But this is what I mean. That comes from somewhere. That was very specific. You're a broken
Yeah, because you're
person
up here just to talk about stuff, sir. Sir, I am very, very happily in a relationship. My girlfriend's actually in here right now making fun of you in the chat. Yeah, she's literally in the chat trashing on you right now. Okay, I'm watching her make fun of you.
But she doesn't get an ick with you, or she's the same type of personality like you. Because why isn't she married yet? She doesn't have that standard to be married and provided for.
No, just a lot of us realize that marriage, like getting the government involved in otherwise very happy relationships, isn't always necessary.
I think that's your perspective and your opinion.
Yeah, and it's my relationship, so my perspective and my opinion matters. Yeah, but sir, you're not my therapist, okay? And I mean, you might be trying to fuck me. I'm not sure. Okay, it does kind of sound like that right now. Sounds like maybe your wife isn't putting out and you're just like really interested. I said I'm like a stripper and now you're all riled up. Okay. But really, truthfully, okay, if I needed to talk to somebody about my relationship life, I would do it with somebody smarter. All right. Sound good?
Married. You probably don't even wear the pants in your relationship.
Why would I need to wear the pants in my relationship? My whole goal in a relationship, my whole goal in the relationship is to wear his pants as little as possible, to be completely honest with you.
Pants? Does she wear the pants?
I don't want her wearing them either. Yeah.
Who wears the pants? Who's the leader?
Who wears the pants? If I have my way, no one.
I think she wears the pants, bro. I think you get bitched by her. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And if I was into that,
as a second wave feminist, I respect men. I respect women.
You mean the way you're getting bitched out by me right now?
No.
Yeah, that's what it is. The way that you're up here just being a little bitch boy submissive to me right now. See, that's your kink. That's why you're talking about it. You like when big strong men like me treat you like this. It's a little bit of masochism. Yeah. But you go sit in your chair in the corner and hang out, okay? I'm going to go back to doing adult stuff with politics, okay?
You look skinny fat.
All right. Jesus Christ. He had a little bit of masochism to him, all right? He was kind of getting a little bit too into me. He was kind of getting a little too into me on that one, all right? I don't know to do that. Yeah, strange. Yo, make sure you guys hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys. Oh, yeah, that's super incel stuff. Godzilla said there's been multiple studies on charity donations. It turns out those in lower income, bad economic status are more charitable. So caller again shot himself in the foot. That's an interesting study. It makes sense, though. Like I like to be very charitable. Like you guys have been around for a long time. I love being charitable and doing charity drives and stuff for people in need. I think it's amazing. Maybe that's because I didn't grow up with much. So like I understand the importance of helping those around, because like just sometimes people need the hand up, you know what I'm saying? It's just important. So, like I said, I haven't done one in a while, but that's because I've been trying to prep for this podcast stuff. So, but as soon as I get this thing rolling, we're gonna do another big charity drive, 100%, 100%. It's gonna be awesome. But thank you so much, Godzilla. Lovely Goddess says steak is at a low price of $7.99 at Food Lion in North Carolina. I guess the caller, that's a sale. Well, he's rich. All right, he's rich. That's cheap to him. I don't know what the beef thing is about. Okay, I really don't know. Thank you so much, Lovely. Queen says using my entertainment budget to support you. Thank you. See? I can entertain like so much for the low cost of like $1 of your entertainment budget every once in a while. Just like a stripper. Just like a stripper. All right? $2 of your entertainment budget goes a long way with the support to help the live go. And I'm not even joking. I want to thank everybody who does support, really, truthfully. It really does go a long way. It really does mean a lot to me. And to help build this platform and help stuff. Like I said, we're working on the podcast. I'm working on some more long form stuff. Got some interviews, hopefully, that are coming up very, very soon. That are going to be on my channel. So thank you guys so much for support. It really is going a long way to help build everything. And I'm putting it to good use, I promise. Thank you guys so much. Also, we'll be in New York next weekend. So make sure if you guys are out there, you guys come and meet up. We're going to be doing some interviews, hopefully getting to talk to some counter protesters out at No Kings next weekend in New York. So hopefully, should be fun. And Unknowing Ghost said, ask the caller where the meat comes from and at what price. Where the meat like, is this some rat meat? Is Food Lion selling rat meat? Hopefully. Oh yeah, dude. We bought like microphones so we can do the counter protest stuff. It's gonna be great. We're not gonna wear red to a No Kings protest. What are you talking about? You're crazy. Ramon, thank you so much for the $5. It says a guy was hitting on you talking about beef. Oh, that's why he wanted to talk about beef. That makes a lot more sense now. He was really obsessed with talking about beef and eggs. So he even started the whole thing out just trying to get after me. Oof. This is why they crash grinder everywhere. This is why they crash grinder. Okay, they have a lot of built up stuff over here. Kayla, thank you so much for the $5. Says because the economy sucks and yet worth supporting what gets me through my work day. MAGA are primarily why strippers get paid. That's awesome. That's awesome. Kayla, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. Oh my God, that was funny. I gotta make sure I'm logged in over here to the right thing. Sorry, because I missed something yesterday and I don't want to miss anything else. Unknowing, thank you so much for the $5. I meant country since we are basically bought Argentina's meat as well as the prices rising in American meat. Yeah, we are buying a large Argentinian beef. They're not having a huge problem with their beef prices right now. Yeah, their beef prices are doing great thanks to us. So just know, every single time you go down and you're like, and you're paying a lot, just remember that is simply because Donald Trump wanted to make sure that Argentinians don't have to pay too much for beef. Yeah, that's their whole point. That's their whole point. Mama, thank you so much for the hand heart. I really appreciate that. Obama, thank you so much for the money gun. I appreciate that. Mishi, thank you so much for the hand heart. This was just a quick one, y'all. I got to go pick up Summer. Oh, Matt, that was a bad time to do a Matt raid because I am getting offline because I have to go pick up my dog. So that's the second raid in a row that I it was as I'm leaving. So sorry, Matt Raiders. Thank you guys so much for being here. I got to get offline because my dog is literally ready to get picked up. So I got to go. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. But I love you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful one. I don't know when Ari and I will be on. We haven't really talked about it. So we're just going to kind of play that by ear, but we'll let you know. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.